Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now I know I've not filmed for a while. It was for various reasons. One, I broke my camera, which is God, it's so annoying. So basically, I've got a DJI Osmo Pocket 3. In fact, you might see, I'm just seeing now on the lens where the video is slightly cockeyed. So what happened was I went to use the camera. For those that don't know, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 has got like a flip screen. You flip the screen and the camera comes on. Well, what happened was it was working fine until it wasn't working fine. So I went to use it, and then it just, when you open it, it just flips back again. Apparently it's a common fault. There's like a magnet inside, and what happens is the magnet moves, I think, inside. It dislodges, so it won't hold the screen open. But the problem is, as soon as the screen closes, and I don't think I can fix that, as soon as the screen closes, it turns the camera off. I can fix the magnet, but it looks like a really laborious job, and I'm scared I'm going to damage the camera. So yeah, so that's what happened. I got a bit annoyed. I was busy. Haven't had time to look at it. So what I did cope was I went to my O-ring box this morning, and all I've done is just open the screen and just put an O-ring around the side so it stops it from going back. In fact, I'll see if I can fix it now. I'll see if I can make it straight again. There you go. By pushing the O-ring a bit further in. Well, that's better. It works. Okay, that works. Yeah, so that's my fix around for that. And there's been so much happened since I last did a video. It's crazy. It's all good crazy, but it's crazy. So, what should we begin with? Motorbike trip. So we ended up going to the Isle of Wight. It was lovely. The bike was packed to the brim with stuff. Potentially over. I don't think it was overweight actually. I need to check. We went to the Isle of Wight. The weather was absolutely beautiful. There's loads of bikers there. The roads are awesome. Lovely, lovely place. Really enjoyed it. We drove through Southampton to go to the port, and the traffic was mental going there. And it was like 30 degrees. It was roasting hot, especially with all your biking gear. But we did that. I really enjoyed it, to be fair. So then we came back. Bike hasn't moved. I'm thinking about selling my bike because I never really use it, to be fair. I know I've just done a ton of work, new tyres, new panniers, fully serviced, but I never use it. And I'm thinking I'm moving around it all the time. I won't say it's always in my way, but it's just going to get damaged there potentially. So it's covered in dust. It's been there 3 days, so I'm going to cover it, clean it and cover it. But I never really use it. But what I need is to either use it or sell it. There's no point, it's just stood there. It doesn't do it any good, to be fair. Yeah, so we got the motorbike. Motorbike's there, just stood in the corner. And I had so many updates. So I went to the factory where I'm getting my injector machine built. And that should arrive end of August, hopefully. And what was very clear to me was that when we are... Well, I went to the factory, which was clean, obviously, right? And they had a clean room. But the tolerances are very, very fine. So apparently dust will destroy the machine that I bought, the tester that I bought. So which is quite a big problem because here it's insanely dusty where I'm at. There's wagons all the time. In summer it's mentally dusty. Everything's covered in dust all the time. I don't help by painting cars and that as well, sanding wise. So what the manufacturers recommend is that I build a clean room in the unit, which is a massive problem as you can imagine. But then again, it isn't because I've actually got an office. You can't see it, but behind there, there's a big office in there. So what I'm going to have to do is take all my crap out of the office, which I never use anyway, to be fair. I've got a chair and a microwave. I never use the damn thing. Take everything out, put a clean room in there, but the tester doesn't fit through the door, so I've got to take the door out to take a brick out, make sure that fits in there. And I've also got to reroute all the three-phase electric all around the unit. That's the biggest hassle. So I've got to redo that, and I've got about 3 weeks to do it. But then my second problem is when I'm working at the back of the unit, so I'm not here where my door is. So I'll be working in there most of the time, and you can't see if somebody walks in. In fact, I had a guy who came 2 days ago, and he just walked in with some really lovely chap. Walked in with some injectors, and I've had other people do that. And what I'm finding is that because I've got my sign, I'll show it to you in a second. My sign's being made, but I've got my van stickered up. I'm on Google and all that. I've got the website and everything running. Is that people expect it to be like a 9-to-5 business where they could just walk in and test injectors. So some are coming, they're not even calling, they're just turning up, which is good and bad. So it's bad because I don't really want to be a 9-to-5 business. It's good because I'm getting business through the door with hardly doing anything, which is fantastic. But that obviously raises a concern that if I'm at the back of the unit, I don't know who's coming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all my parts washer behind here and just box it off and make a reception area. So I'm going to box that off, put a doorbell, ring for attention, that kind of thing. I bought a laser to go across the door, so if anyone comes in, it beeps as well. And because we've now got internet as well from a tester. I'm getting everything cameraed up, so if I'm in there, I can see if anyone walks in. So a lot of hectic changes going on, and really struggling to keep up. I've not listed anything on eBay in about a week. I just haven't had the time. Sales have been doing quite well actually, but I haven't had the time. But the problem is by not listing, it catches up with you. In fact, now I've got the other problem where my injector side is taking over my motorcycle side. So I'm actually earning more per sale with the injectors than the motorcycles, but I need to keep the motorcycles going because that's where my income's coming from. So it's a really, really challenging time to be. It's fantastic, but it's challenging when you're on your own. So apart from that, it's been quite good to be fair. So I'll show you my sign real quick. I thought, I measured, I thought, my God, this thing is huge when the sign arrived. And then the stickers came and they are the size of the sign. So it looks like it's the right size. So I'll show you the stickers and I don't know how I'm going to install them, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm trying to get the angle correct. So I've not put them on yet. I've just got the board and I've got the sticker to go on. But basically, it's a huge thing. I don't know how to get the camera to work downwards. It doesn't seem to unlock. It's absolutely massive. So when I saw that, I thought, I've measured wrong. It's huge. The size of the thing is huge. I mean, you think of putting that sticker on there and that sticker on there. I don't know how on earth I'm going to even attempt that. And I almost made a mistake as well. Christ. I was going to put the sticker down. I thought I'd go do something else. And then I remembered. I thought, oh, what's that there? I thought I've damaged it. It's got the plastic film on. Luckily I noticed because I would have just put the sticker on the plastic film, then it would just peeled off. So yeah, so the process for today is do the parcel, do everything else I've got to do. I've got to send some injectors away for testing because I've got my machine yet. And then I'm going to take these off, clean the board, well, take the wrapper off, clean the board underneath and start laying them. It's just very daunting because if you look at the length of this, it's 8 feet long. If I make the slightest mistake here, it's going to amplify at the end there. The sandwich woman drives me nuts. So you see there, if I put a tiny angle on it there, even the smallest of angles, well, I don't know if I can show you, but you know what I mean. If I make a tiny mistake with the degrees there, it'll be really bad at the end. So I've got to try and figure out how to not do that. Okay, so another consequence of me having to build a clean room in the back over there. Okay, so another side effect to me having to make a clean room is the fact that the manufacturer noted that I had a car I was building, restoring. He said, oh, is that going to be dusty to build? I said, oh God, definitely. The paint work, it's not the body work. He said, well, I highly recommend you get that painted in the next 3 weeks. So now I'm under a huge amount of stress and pressure to get this body work done. So what I've done is, sorry guys, my neighbour's grinding away, so it'll be a bit noisy today. Yeah, so what I've done is I've just started working my way around it, and I've just basically put the side skirt, I guess it goes underneath the bottom, side skirt along there, and I'm just checking to make sure that the lines there, where are they? The lines there all add up nice and neatly, and it fits nice and neat in the bodywork. So all what's that's going to go in there, and all the lines nice and neat. So I just want to make sure that's nice and clean. And then I'm reshaping. I'm currently reshaping the side as well because the sides, there were second-hand wings that I put on. Yeah. So what I'm going to be doing is, hopefully you can hear me, guys. It's really noisy today. It's very noisy. Is later on today I'm going to do the sign first, and then I'm going to get this and put it on my other ramps where it's completely in my way. And the reason being is because I can work at eye level, because with a 2-post strap you can't really go around and paint the car. And I'm going to do all my eBay stuff during the day and the injector stuff, and then I'm going to jump on that every single day, an hour a day if needs be, just to get it going, because now I'm panicking that I need to have the body work done. Now the shell isn't too much of a problem, I mean it is, but there's a lot of work. But the doors are all dented all the way down, they need a ton of work, the doors need a huge amount of work. The bonnet, I don't know where I put the bonnet, it's down there. The bonnet needs a massive amount of work. And it's not difficult, it's just all time. So plan for today is that do the eBay stuff, do the sign, start jumping on the car, get that done as well. And then we'll do that, keep getting organised. So there's a lot of stuff going on, as always. Well, fingers crossed, guys, it's all been quite good, to be fair. I'm going to move my parts washer as well. I've got my parts washer there and the fuel rails and injectors. They're going to go. So essentially what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to build a stud wall here to partition this off. And then I'm going to put like a little counter top here with a belt, and then all this crap, all this cleaning stuff and all this, they're going to disappear. I don't know, down there somewhere. And then this will be like a clean area to a degree, like a reception area. So if I'm down there, it stops people walking in, because sometimes I've got my laptop and stuff lying around. You should never know, really. I've never had any problems. I've been here 5 years around the corner, but you just never know. So that's it. So I'm going to start packing my parcels, and I've got to remember that one guy messaged me. He said, oh, can you please Send my parcel in 7 days. I need to make sure I remember that. Oh yes, I almost forgot. So yesterday we had the eBay meetup, my first meeting, and it was, how can I explain it? We had loads of people signed up for it. But then what happened was a fair few people didn't reply, which is quite standard. And then after that we had some people cancelled on like the day before, like 3 or 4 people cancelled the day before, which is a bit of a shame. But then on the day we had 2 people not turn up. So they signed up but they didn't turn up, which is a bit annoying really, because you bought food, you wasted, in fact we wasted quite a bit of food. Well, we didn't waste it, we left it there, but I'm assuming the staff took it. Well, the event was really good actually. It was I think there was 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 4 of us there. So a small number, but better than nothing. And the guys that were there seemed to enjoy it. The people there enjoyed it. We had a really good discussion, and that gives us a base for the next meeting. So there's 4 of us there. Next time, hopefully there'll be 6, and it starts growing, which in a way is good because you don't have like tons and tons of people there on the first time. So we had loads of cancellations, which is a bit of a shame, but it was really good. And you get to doing eBay is really good, but it's very, like I keep saying, it's very lonely business. Sometimes you forget that there's other people doing it. So when you go to these meetups, it's good to meet people that are doing the exact same thing, and you can talk on the same level. They understand what you're doing, and they understand how hard it can be sometimes and the challenges. That's it for today, guys. I thought I'd give you a quick update. Apologise for not filming, but I haven't had the time or the energy to do it. We had that much going on. We had a couple of days away on the bike, and then the eBay meetup, all preparing for that. And then I had to do a visit to the factory where my tester machine's coming from. And oh yes, then I realised when I went to the manufacturing company that I've got to spend like another $7,000, I think, on this cleaning solution and this tester and this and this and this. Because if I get, say, I've got an injector, if I get an injector here, which I've got from a client for testing, you can't just put them in the. One thing I never realised is well, I kind of did, and I didn't. You can't just put these in the tester because you'll destroy the tester. And it's thousands of pounds to fix it. So these have to be cleaned before they go in the tester. So now I've got to buy more machinery in order to be able to test the injectors in the first place. So I think we're going to stagger the business. And what we're going to do is, rather than repairing injectors initially, we're going to start by just offering testing, because even that's a significant outlay. And you have to have the right chemical components and all this kind of thing going on. So I'm setting up for that. Initially, I'll just do testing. If anyone comes to fix any injectors, I'll send them off anyway. It's not a problem. I'll send them off to the manufacturer. They can test them and send them back. So I think we'll do that initially, just to get our feet sorted out, get everything ready, get the testing process ironed out perfectly, which reminds me to buy some invoicing books. I'll make a note. And then once that's done, then we'll start repairing them, because I need even more equipment to do that as well. So I'm hoping that the clean room there will be like my injector room, essentially. So I wouldn't necessarily put any dirty injectors in there. I'd put the clean ones in there, if that makes sense. We need to organise this rack as well. Boxes have arrived. I just need someone to help me make the boxes and also label the boxes and start stock taking them, because my injector stock and rail stock is growing in the hundreds now. And everything is skewed up. All my system is skewed. Something I mentioned in the eBay meeting yesterday, actually. It's all labelled and skewed up, and it takes me like 9 seconds to find a part. But the injector rails and injectors, it takes me quite a while, because they're here. I know everything's here, but I don't know exactly where they're at. So I need to tackle that this week and make sure by the end of the week, everything is all stock taken, boxes labelled up, and that's another job out of the way. That's it, guys. Right, I'm going to leave it to it because I'm babbling on. Don't know how long this video is. It's going to be a short video, but I thought I'd give you a quick update as to where I'm at. So that's where we're at, guys. I'm going to get these injectors sent off, and that's it. But fingers crossed, it's looking quite healthy. So I'll see you in the next video.